Good morning, everybody. Sunday, December 1st. Already. Boy, where did summer and spring and last winter go? It just seems like it was in the blink of an eye. Boy, oh boy, it goes by so fast. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving and had a good time with friends and family and didn't eat too much and feel miserable. And if you're anything like us, you probably got leftovers that'll supply a small army into mid next week, which we do. But we'll get it taken care of in all due time. But being it is the 1st of December, I don't like to push the issue before the holiday season. I've started putting up my Christmas lights today. Actually yesterday. I'm trying to finish them up today. And I've almost got everything converted over to LEDs around here. I'm just tired of messing with the incandescent bulbs. You get them out every year and they don't work, or half a string works. You got to replace 60 bulbs in a 100 bulb set. You know, it's just, they're not practical and feasible hardly at all anymore. I know you can pick up the replacement bulbs for next to nothing, but these LEDs are just, you know, they're great. You don't have to worry about them burning out. They have thousands of hours of life on every bulb. I had one section in this one, I think it was right in here this year. I thought for sure I had a short or a broken wire. Just one of these had worked out a little bit, and I pushed it back in and it come right back on. But I've got everything up here around the porch converted this year to LED, which they've been for the last several years. And then we go over into our 100 light set. These are all incandescents. I had to mess with this set pretty good this year. It runs up our TV tower, and up there, that's our rotor motor right there to turn the TV tower, or turn the TV antenna, I should say. Below there, I'll put this LED star like I do every year. It's blue. Lights up a really pretty dark blue. But yeah, these incandescent sets, I'm just about done messing with them, because they're just it takes a lot of time to get them up and running every year, and they're just a pain. But I have seen a lot of people that have had their Christmas lights up well before Thanksgiving this year and on, and that seems to be something that gets earlier and earlier every year that I really don't like. But that's my opinion, you know. Out here I just got the old LEDs too. We got a light up candle right here. Let me flip them on. There he is. Our light up candle and all the LED lights here. I've got them set to a automatic timer. That's full on all the time right there. It has a dusk to dawn sensor, a built-in sensor. They'll turn them off at dark and on in the morning, or on at night and off in the morning. Or it can turn them on and then set them to a certain amount of time that you want them on for, which I set them to 6 hours by usually. And then down here on the barn, we went kind of retro old school this year. My dad gave me a whole mess of C9 Christmas lights last year, and my intentions were just to pass them on by and get rid of them. And my wife talked me out of it and told me to keep them because they're such energy hogs. I'm just in the mood to whine this morning. I don't know why. Somebody's got some firepower out, don't they? We put large C9 bulbs on this tree this year. And it looks fantastic at night when it's lit up. There's 3 sets on here, about 75 foot of Christmas lights. A few days ago I showed you my bench, and I said how cluttered it looked. It's gained a piece here or two over the past week, but it ain't near as cluttered as what the rest of the room is down here. I spent my Sunday morning packing these Sam's photo facts down here to the shop. These drawers are massively heavy. Some things probably weigh about 60 pounds a piece. And there's the cabinets for one set of these. The cabinets are all bolted together and attached. The other set, they're stacked. Here's 1, 2, and over here's the third one. It's empty. which I'm going to try to squeeze this box and this box into that cabinet, and half of that one on the bottom I think is where them actually went. I don't know why they took them out. Maybe they were easier to move and then move the cabinets, and they just got tired of packing both the box and the cabinet out of the old basement, and they just decided to pick them up and start moving them. But they are massively heavy, a lot of weight there. So I'm going to build myself a little area right here where these two totes are at, and I got some pieces of skid runner I'm going to put this piece of particle board on top of, and build myself a little platform that them are going to go on top of the file cabinets, that is. I want them up off the floor, one, so they don't draw moisture, and two, that just kind of keeps the critters out of them. But that's not what we're down here for today. I'm going to do that, but that's not what the emphasis of this video will be on today. I want to show you a few pieces of the equipment. I'm just going to go box by box and kind of show you what all we have here. I'll probably start with the bulk of the test equipment first, because it's the most exciting stuff, I imagine, to not just me, but to anybody else out there who watches my videos. And then we'll move on to the boxes of parts and accessories and whatnot, and then we'll get into these SAMs, the last part of the last video. Been moving all this stuff in today because I hope everybody's tucked in where it's nice and warm. It's about 22 degrees outside today, and it's snowing, and it's supposed to have freezing rain this afternoon, and it's just supposed to be an all-out miserable day for a Sunday. So I hope everybody's tucked away someplace safe and warm. Supposed to get down in the teens later this week, and even single digits during the night. Chilly, chilly. I was doing some looking at this old Admiral. This is a black and white VHF UHF set, and it's been determined that this is right around 1963. And I don't have the SAMs in the I don't have the SAMs for this in the sets that I bought yesterday, but the SAMs for this is set number 621 folder 1 for this particular chassis and model. But it's kind of a cool set. I haven't cleaned it up much. I was trying to figure out how the dials are seen, the channel numbers are seen on the dial, I should say. And if I throw them on the floor, it really works nice because I got to bend over and pick it up again. What you see there is our numbers, and it's backlit through a light bulb. Ain't that cool? But when you pull it away, you can't see nothing. When you put it back, that's pretty sweet. Very sleek. And the rest of the knobs, these here are die-cast metal. They're heavy. You know, that's when they weren't afraid to put quality into an item, because they knew that one was serviceable and two, it would last the test of time, you know. And this proves it right here. It might not function right now, but it's still in existence 50 years later. And it got me thinking, being Pearl Harbor was yesterday, the anniversary of it, I should say. Do you think this set was around for the JFK assassination? You know, did it show images of that fateful day on November 22nd of '63? Just kind of a neat piece to think about. How many TV sets did show that day? Maybe this was one of them. But again, that's not what we're here for today. I just wanted to show you that it's safe inside. I didn't want to sit out in the cold. Alright. Anywho, let's get to work over here. I got my work cut out for me. My wife gets home in about 2 hours, and I want to try to neaten this up some. She don't care that I do this stuff as long as I can keep it organized, and that it doesn't take up the upper floors of the house and clutter up her stuff. We made that very firm agreement when I first started doing stuff down here, that this is my area. As long as I keep it neat and clean, nobody cares. I can live with that. And they're tied back in via a long cord that goes all the way down, 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 down to a digital timer over here. We can turn them on. They're on right now. if you got any of these old sets, just a footnote, because I had some trouble with these. They take a glass style fuse, you know, a long fuse, about 1.25 inches long, 7 amp, 125 volt. And I had one set that when I plugged it in, I kind of heard a sizzling sound. It was down around the fuse holder. And what I had found was the glue in the ends on the glass fuse had dried out, and that thing was able to move in there when you wiggled the plug. So if you just didn't have it just right, they wouldn't, you know, they'd come on, but they'd go back off. And you could hear that sizzling in there. So what I had to do is go dig through all the stuff Dad gave me with these and find another 7 amp fuse that was good. The ends weren't loose. Put it in there. Never had a bit of problem with it afterwards. So I also see I have an orange bulb back here. I don't know what it is with these lights. He will not stay on for nothing. I know it ain't burnt out, see? Every time you turn it on, that thing don't light up, and you tap it and it'll come back on. Oh well. Quirky nature of the old stuff. So, in addition to those back there, I also have a set of rope lights right here along the front of the barn. They go down and turn. They've been on the barn now for probably 5 years. I never take them down. They just stay up there because they're a pain to get up there and do. So those are on and running again like every year. And we follow our way too long extension cord because it's the shortest one I have out to Santy. He gets to stay close by the house this year. Usually he's out in the middle of the front yard. So that'll work. So that's what I've been up to the last few days. I need to get up there and get that antenna mounted. And get the star mounted up on top of the TV tower underneath of the antenna. And be done with all this mess. I got my platform built for the Sam's Photo Fact file cabinets. I just took some scrap stuff I had laying around. It's been kind of misfit for years and cobbed something together here to keep it up off the floor. I wanted something in the middle of this particle board or close to it so it doesn't sag over time, and that'll be plenty of support. All of our weight's going to be on the outside edges, and then the edges out here shouldn't hurt nothing. Now I got to get my butt in gear and start cleaning these cabinets and get them put together, and then we'll get over here and start exploring. Hang with me, guys, I'm getting there. Well, I don't know if the old camera will pick it up or not, but right below the rotor motor up there is my star. It's all been installed. A good time to inspect all the cabling systems and wires and stuff for both the digital TV. Used to be analog. We kept the same antenna for both. It works just fine. And a good time to inspect the rotor wiring and cables for my Sirius antenna right there. And we get down in here, it's a good time to look at all the dish wiring. There's a splitter on the back side of that that combines my Sirius antenna with the incoming signal of the dish antenna and combines them, and it gets back in the house where my Sirius unit's at, and it splits it back off. One side of it goes back to the dish receiver and the other side goes to my Sirius antenna. And as we get there, my Sirius unit, I should say, get down here and inspect. And there's a ground block on the back there that needs to be looked at. So, all in all, it's all done outside. There's a few last things I need to do here and there, but Christmas lights are up. And here's what I was telling you about the aggravating part of these lights. At least they're broken up into series, They're all wired through the same set, but they have different sections that light up if one bulb goes out. That first section's out, and this one's on, looking good until you get around the corner here, and it's back off again. You get down here, all the way down the end, that's back on again. But there's a lot of burnout bulbs. I don't know what it is with the color green and pink, but they seem to be the ones that are more prone to going out. A few red ones here and there. Well, what I did to keep the other set up and running that you've seen on the TV tower was to pull bulbs out of this one. That was good. Get the other set up and running. And this set will be wound back on this little holder for the season. Maybe I'll need it again next year. If I run incandescents, I want to try to find a string of 100-foot LEDs for up there. Just a lot less maintenance and hassle, of course. And here's the amount of bulbs I had to change to get that one set out there working. A little less than some years, but still more than what I wanted to see. These were easy. These are them 3D deer that fold up to have the legs and the heads and the antlers, and one's a doe and one's a buck. And then I have a little baby guy right there. These are really bad about having lights burn out. These have got a lot of hours on them too. I've probably had these for close to 10 years. But usually every year they're a huge maintenance issue. And this year, well, I see the one leg is out. And the whole back side there is out. These things can be a real pain because when you fold all these joints and stuff up, that's what usually causes the problems with the bulbs. Things get pinched, and you can see right there I've got a lot of darkened bulbs. Got a lot of hours on these. And I think this guy over here is not without issues too, if I remember right. I think he had problems as well. Oh yeah, he's not looking good at all. Remember which one this one is. Oh, well, a few more came back on. Like I said, they get pinched in here. There's a few more come on. Sometimes by the time you get the thing fully assembled, they'll come back on. You might have a loose bulb here and there or something like that. Never any fun to work on. And as you can see, there's a trying to find a good example of it. These don't look quite as bad. There's a dark bulb right here. There's another one. And a lot of them you think that are blown, the filament's good in them. They just got a lot of hours on them. These things will usually run from about the end of November till at least the end of January, maybe a week or two into February, for about 5 hours every day over the course of a month, almost 2.5 months. So the hours add up quickly. So here's what we wound up with in the land of misfit deer. The buck, I ain't messing with this year. It's totally out of the question. There's a lot of dark bulbs. Like I said, that don't necessarily mean they're out, but every year it's another passing of several bulbs. On the doe, part of the lower neck and the back is on, the rest is out. This little guy here, I'll probably try to get him going. He's pretty simple. This whole front is a circuit. Whereas on these, what might light the ears might control the back legs. It's just a crapshoot with them. And as I said, they have so many pinch points on them when you fold them up. It's easy to crease a wire. It's easy to bust the end out of a bulb or pull it into the bulb loose a little bit. And the clips that attach to the wire frame are getting really weak too. It's not uncommon to have to zip tie back about 10 or 12 of them every year too. So I think the deer, at least the big ones, are going to be sitting it out this year. Be nice to find some LED replacements that'll slap right into them incandescent sockets. I don't know how many lights these have on them, probably 150 or 200 maybe. Be nice to find an LED conversion. I'm sure they're out there, but I don't know what you'd have to do to make them work. But no big deer this year, so I'm going to ride on this little guy. And here's our lights outside. Everything seems to be working pretty good. All those up there lit up pretty good. And then we'll walk up here towards the house and make sure everything's kosher up here, and if it is, we'll be good to go. And it looks like it is. All the way up to the star on top of the tower. Thing looks pretty good. Let's see what we got here. Yep. Everything looks just fine. Well guys, that's it for this video, and thanks for watching. And as usual, there will be more randomness later. Take care, y'all.